Energy is everything. Energy equals progress. If your energy is super high, you will do things you will never do. If your energy is low, you can be the smartest person in the world, have the best heart, and not follow through. Here's the challenge. We just spent years with COVID where most people around the planet were cooped up in their house, told they should never get within 6 feet of another person, or people screamed at them, which, by the way, there was no science for whatsoever. For you, you wouldn't be here if that was you, but I'll bet, without even being aware of it, your energy is lower than it was in 2019 for most of you. You wouldn't even notice it. Because it's, you know that silly metaphor they talk about, if you put a frog in boiling water, it jumps right out. We've all heard it, right? But if you turn it up slowly, they boil to death. That's in essence what's happened to our energy. Now, how important is that? Sounds like a subtle thing. It's subtle on the outside, but it's big in its results. Let's take an example that's easy. Who do you want to work with in business? Somebody, like a big problem happens out and they go, I don't know, what should we do? Or somebody goes, move, I'll handle it, right? It's a different world. Someone has a different certainty, a different energy. That experience everyone can have, but when you're low energy, it won't show up even when you're capable. And so I'll give you an example, a relationship. Let's say there are two people. They totally love each other. I mean, totally head over heels in love with each other. No exaggeration. And they're in a relationship. And they both are living their life at peak levels of energy. They take care of their body, they push themselves, they're strong, they go for it. So two people totally in love, madly in love, super high energy. What kind of relationship can you predict they'll have? Boring, slow, ugly, okay, or freaking magnificent? Same two people, totally in love with each other, and now they've let life kind of wear them down a bit, and now they're down. They're not up here, they're down here where, you know, it's like, how you feeling? Like, okay, how you doing? Pretty good. How are you? Better than dead? Are they gonna have the same relationship, yes or no? Is this gonna be a magnificent relationship, even though they totally love each other? Is it the same relationship, yes or no? At best, it's gonna be good. What happens? Same two people, totally adore each other, love each other, but they let life wear them down, and they got used to being lower energy. They talk all the time about how stressed they are, because they are. They talk about it, they're focused on it, they're there all the time. There's plenty to be stressed about. There's always something that's wrong that you can find if you look for it. There's always something wrong. There's always something right if you look for it, right? It's not positive thinking, it's just being intelligent. But let's say their energy's low, they're exhausted, taking the kids to soccer, or to football, excuse me. I know what we call soccer is your football, right? And taking the dance classes, and you know, the business has some cash flow challenges, and you know, grandma's a little sick, and they both get really worn down, and now both in a lousy energy, low energy, lousy state. Is it gonna be a magnificent relationship even though they love each other? Yes or no? It's not even gonna be good. So my point is, our energy is everything. But here's the challenge, and I'm sure you've experienced this. How many of you have days when you wake up in the morning and your brain says, let's go get him, and your body says, I can't get out of bed? Or how many of you have days when you wake up in the morning and you think to yourself, I don't want to talk to people today? But if you don't talk to people, your business doesn't grow, your career doesn't go anywhere, your family doesn't go anywhere, you don't go anywhere. And if you fake it, oh, how you doing? I'm good. Aren't you good? Yes, I'm good. We all know fake, right? There's so much fake in our society. I mean, even reality television is fake. People are starving for something real, right? So what do you do if you're exhausted and you know you need the energy? Well, the answer to that question is based on where do you think energy comes from? From food? We should talk. How many of you in this room can remember a big holiday season meal that you had? And when you have that food, you probably just say, I'm gonna eat perfectly, I'm gonna eat really only the best food, lots of vegetables. Is that what you do? Now, how much food do you eat on those festival type days? More than the body can withstand. And by the way, how do you feel after all that food? You feel like going out there and playing football? What do you feel like doing? Lying down on that couch, watching that boob tube, right? Because your energy goes to the floor. You know why? Because food is not the source of energy. It is a source, not the source. Of course, food's important, but most people, do you ever see people after lunch? Is their energy higher or lower usually? It's lower because the way most people eat, like I teach this in my seminars, it literally causes you to lose energy. Because digestion done ineffectively takes more energy than anything else in your body. That's why you don't feel like making love after that big meal, or you don't feel like going and running on your business or helping your kids. It's like, I need a little break right now. Okay, I got a question for you. I know the first day is hard, mostly mental, right? You think it's physical. But after 3 days, does your energy increase with no food or decrease? It increases. How do you explain that? Because food's not the source. So if you haven't eaten, it's okay. But what would be the source of energy if it's not food then? Sleep? Okay, I think sleep's an important thing, but how many have ever slept 8 hours and you were still freaking tired? How many of you have had a day where you were totally exhausted, you didn't have enough sleep, but boom, something happened, you were so excited you were awake all day? Most people don't know what the word competition means. And in its original Latin root, whether it's translated to German or not, the Latin root means to conspire together. If I'm competing with you, I am conspiring with you to make you better and make me better. If we go play a game and I'm easy on you, you're not going to get better. If you're easy on me, I'm not going to get better. So the reason we compete is to make each other better, to conspire. So we're going to play a little game because if you want to know the source of energy, it actually is the mind. So it's also, though, not only the mind, it's a habit. And that's the problem with COVID. We have habits we don't even realize we have. So I want you to know how you can snap into this place when you need to, even if you're exhausted. And the way to do that is the way you move. Movement creates emotional change. Movement produces energy. In fact, you know a child, because when they walk into the, ever see a kid do this? They walk into the living room like this, and then they go, and they walk out like nothing happened. And you know someone's old because they barely move. No movement is also called death, right? So we want to move, which includes our voice and our face. The way we use our face changes our energy. Our voice does it, but our voice is movement also. If you laugh and enjoy laughing, it's because it creates internal movements that you don't normally make. So singing is the same thing. People love to sing, it's creating that movement. You don't have to let anybody see it. But once you open your brain, once your energy's flowing, it feels so much better.